Choosing your path in life isn't about picking what sounds impressive. It's about choosing which type of pain you're willing to live with. Because every path has a cost. Security costs freedom, freedom costs security. Most people treat this decision too casually, as if they can just switch back whenever with no consequences. But your path shapes your environment, your skills, your network, your identity, and eventually your ceiling. So you don't just choose a job, you choose the life structure that will shape you for years. From a young age, you're guided towards what society considers safe. Getting good grades, going to a good school, and having stable professions. And that is not because it guarantees fulfillment, but because it minimizes risk for everyone involved. Parents want security, schools want measurable outcomes, and society wants predictability. And nobody really gets rewarded for telling you to take uncertain paths. The education route is essentially a structured contract. Like, you invest years of effort now in exchange for a relatively predictable future later. You gain credentials, technical skills, and professional networks. And that in many fields, medicine, law, engineering. But the path is not optional, it's the only legitimate entry. But safety has invisible trade-offs, as in things you really aren't in control over, as your income. Your income becomes predefined, your schedule becomes externally controlled, and your advancement also depends on systems you didn't even design. Like, you don't wake up one day and suddenly own your time. You earn incremental freedom within constraints. And do not get me wrong, some people thrive in that environment, but others also suffocate slowly. Now, let's remove the Instagram version of entrepreneurship. Business isn't a laptop on beaches, it's uncertainty with a responsibility attached. You really don't just worry about yourself, you have clients to think about, cash flow, reputation, survival. And some months you will earn more than professionals, but others you will earn nothing. And many people assume that failure comes from intelligence or skill, but in reality it comes from psychological pressure. No structure, no guaranteed validation, no clear finish line. You must create direction while navigating chaos. And of course, freedom sounds attractive until you realize that it removes excuses. If your income drops, it's on you. If nothing moves forward, it's on you. If bad decisions are made or some excuses comes up, it's on you. Everything is on you. But some people become sharper under that pressure. So you gotta stop thinking about what path that pays more and rather think about what environment you would perform best in. Like, you gotta think, do I need structure to stay productive? Or do I resent being told what to do? The biggest mistake people make is choosing a path that conflicts with their nature. Like, highly independent people in rigid systems often experience chronic frustration, and highly risk-averse people choosing entrepreneurship often experience constant stress. And neither is wrong, both are just mismatched. So education typically front-loads effort and delays rewards, while business backloads rewards and front-loads instability. And as we all know, in school, progress is visible and measurable. But in business, it can be invisible for a long period of time. You don't have to jump blindly into entrepreneurship, and you don't have to stay permanently inside structured systems. Many successful people use stability as a launch pad. They accumulate skills, savings, experience, and then transition. Your path determines who you become. Employees optimize existing systems. Entrepreneurs create new ones. But the biggest risk isn't choosing wrong, it's drifting. Staying in something you don't believe in because leaving feels uncomfortable. And if you keep drifting, years will pass, options will narrow, and momentum will build in the wrong direction. So don't choose based on hype and do not choose based on fear. You gotta choose based on alignment. You have to ask yourself this one brutal question. Which path's worst days am I willing to endure? Because success doesn't come from choosing the easiest path, it comes from staying on one long enough to compound. There are fulfilled professionals and miserable entrepreneurs, but there are also wealthy founders and burned out employees. The path doesn't decide your life. The persistence inside that path decides your life. So don't chase what looks exciting and don't chase what impresses people. Choose the road you're willing to walk even when no one is watching. If you thought the video was interesting, let me know. If you didn't think it was interesting, also let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put on the notification bell.